Hey guys, I'm Melissa. I am a registered dietitian and welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do another favorites video. It's not like a monthly favorites, it's just kind of what I've been liking since the last time I did a favorites video. And there's some cool stuff, so I thought I would share it with you. Before I get into my favorites, on my channel I talk about food and nutrition, I do healthy recipes, and I also do stuff like this sometimes. So if you like that or you think you like that, then make sure you subscribe to my channel. So let's get into the favorites. So my first beauty favorite is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. Looks like this. Maybe. No? Okay. Anyways, so it's just a CC cream, like it says. It has this little pump, which is really cool. I have actually two shades. This is Fair, and then I also have Light. Fair is just like a tiny bit too light for me, but Light is too dark, so I normally put just like a tiny bit of this and mix it in with the Fair one. I just really like this. My skin gets like oily throughout the day, so I have always worn like matte formula foundations, but this one isn't. It's like very hydrating and kind of natural. I'm wearing it now. But it doesn't get like super oily throughout the day, and it gives decent coverage without looking like you're wearing makeup. And I also hate the feeling of makeup on my skin, and I don't even feel like it's there. So I really like this. And it also has SPF 50. My next favorite is the Sephora Cream Lip Stain. And this is in the color 40. And it's what I'm wearing now as well. Anyways, I have always really liked these. I've had a couple colors of this for like probably 2 years now. It's one of my favorite like liquid lipsticks. But they used to have like 7 colors or something like that. So I had like a bright red one and like a dark berry one, but there weren't really many colors to choose from. And I went into Sephora a couple months ago and they had like basically doubled the amount of colors that they have. And so I obviously had to buy some. I bought 2. One of them's a little more of like a darker rose color, which I like that one too, but this is my favorite. It's just like the perfect nude color, which for some reason I've always had trouble finding. I feel like it's like not in your face. I mean, you can obviously tell I'm wearing something, but it's not like an obvious like in your face color. And it also, I feel like it just kind of brings everything together and makes you look a little more put together. I've gotten compliments pretty much every time I've worn this, and I just think it's a really good color. The formula is really good. It's a liquid lipstick, so like it's a tiny bit drying, but not really, and it lasts a really long time. My final beauty favorite is the Origins Ginseng Peel Off Mask to refine and refresh. So this is, like I said, a peel off mask. It's actually the color of this bottle or tube, whatever. So when it comes out, it's this color. So you just put it all over your face, obviously, and your face is that color, which is cool, I guess. And you just leave it till it dries and you peel it off. And I feel like it kind of cleans my pores out. It's definitely a little drying, but I don't mind putting like a moisturizing mask on afterwards. But it's very refreshing on your skin, and also it's so satisfying to peel that off of your face. If you've never done a peel off mask before, you should definitely try this one. For this food favorite, I have Becca Bristow to thank, who is a fellow YouTuber. She's also a dietitian. I've also been really loving her videos recently, but she did a grocery haul and she mentioned these, which are salmon burgers. They're by Trident Seafoods, but I got them at Costco. I don't know if you can get them anywhere else. But they're just frozen wild caught Alaskan salmon burgers, and they're so good. You don't have to thaw them or defrost them or anything. I've just been taking it out of the freezer and then heating a little bit of olive oil in a frying pan and cooking it that way. I think it's like 4 minutes on each side maybe. And they're so good. And I've been eating it with like a kind of like a spicy aioli sauce, which is also really tasty. But this has been really easy for lunches. And the ingredients in this are good too. It's basically just salmon and spices. They're 170 calories per patty, 20 grams of protein. Pretty good, pretty good. Another food favorite, which I have been eating with those salmon burgers a lot, is roasted vegetables, which I feel like sounds so simple, but for some reason I never really roasted vegetables very often before. I got Blue Apron a couple weeks ago and one of their recipes had a roasted broccoli in it, and it was so good. And I've started taking like broccoli, cauliflower, and sweet potatoes, and sometimes carrots, and roasting it until it's like nice and crispy, and just making that for the week, and having a portion of that with a salmon burger every day for lunch, and it's so good. And I can't get enough of those vegetables. We have them for dinner too, and they're just so tasty and crispy, and yeah. I might make a video on them, so if you want to see that, then let me know. My final food favorite is my smoothie bowl, which I actually made in my last video. It's just like a mixed berry smoothie, and then I top it with granola and pineapple, and I've just been eating it basically every morning for breakfast. I normally eat like eggs and fruit for breakfast, but I randomly decided to make this one day and I just can't get enough of it. I've been eating it every single morning, but that's been a really good breakfast for the past like 2 weeks probably. So finally, I just have a couple random favorites. The first are these pants, which I don't even know why I'm showing them. They're basically just black yoga pants, but they're from Fabletics. I got them for Christmas. I got like a capri pair and also a full length pair. And I just love them. They're such good quality. They're nice and thick, they're not see-through, and they're comfortable, and I feel like they were half the price or less of a pair of Lululemon pants. I don't know exactly how Fabletics works. I know it's like a subscription service type thing, but their clothes are really, really good quality, so I would highly suggest checking it out. My next is probably my most favorite of all of these favorites because I've been listening to it every single day. And that is a podcast called My Favorite Murder. It's a true crime podcast. It's these two girls who are like kind of comedians. One's like a comedy writer. One has a show on the Food Network, I think. And they're really funny and they are just obsessed with true crime. And so they talk about different murders, which sounds weird, but it's actually really good. And I mean, if you're like me and you really like true crime, and I like listening to it, I don't really like seeing it, so I don't really like watching shows about murders, but I like listening to it. I know that's kind of weird, but also the way that they do it kind of like puts a little humor in it and lightens the mood a little bit. It's not for everyone. If you don't like that sort of thing, you're not gonna like it. But if you do like true crime, I would definitely suggest checking it out. My next is something I've actually had for quite a while and kind of forgot about it. It's this Sambuca Modern Apothecary Remedies to Roll Calm Oil. There we go. So this is a little roller ball of essential oils. It's got lavender, orange, and geranium, and it just smells so good and so relaxing. I have been keeping this in my purse for a while now. There's Brody's butt. Anyways, I've been keeping this in my purse for quite a while now. And just like if I feel anxious, I'll just roll it like on my wrist and rub my wrists together, and it actually like really, really helps to calm me down. But recently I took it out again and kind of rediscovered it. When I'm at home, I normally put a couple drops of lavender essential oil on my pillow when I go to sleep, and it helps to just relax me, which you should also try that if you haven't. But recently I was away for the weekend and I didn't bring the lavender oil, and then I remembered that I had this in my purse. So instead I just rolled this on my wrist and it like instantly calmed me down. So if you either have anxiety, or you stress out easily, or you have trouble sleeping or something like that, I would definitely suggest getting this. Oh, and I got it at Whole Foods in like the cosmetics skincare section, and they had a lot of them. I think they also had one called like Stress, and they had a bunch of them. This is just the one that I picked out, and that works for me. And my last favorite's a music favorite, and that is Lorde's new song, Greenlight. I really like Lorde, actually. I've always liked her. I like her voice. I feel like her music is very different, and even though some of it's like kind of poppy, I know Greenlight is very like dancey more than her other songs. I don't know if that's a real adjective for music, but it's a little more like dancey and poppy than her other songs. But I feel like her songs always tell very interesting stories. They're not just like surface level stories that every single other person is singing about. But I really like Greenlight. I think it's so catchy, and I really can't wait for her new album to come out. I think it comes out in like May or June maybe, or I made that up. I'm not really sure. But I really like her, and I really like her new song. Well, that is all of my current favorites. If you have been loving any of these things, then let me know, or if you have some stuff that you have been loving that I should try, then let me know in the comments below. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe and press the thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.